Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and we are going to talk about a massive case of rank hypocrisy. The SNP, under guidance of the Greens, have decided that Scotland should destroy its oil and gas industry, throw tens of thousands of people in Aberdeen onto the dole, and completely screw up the economy by just basically getting rid of one of Scotland's biggest exports. You'll have a skills gap. All those who can leave the country will do, and they'll go work elsewhere. And so you're going to have this huge brain drain, and then the whole of the northeast of Scotland basically going third world. All because the little green tail is wagging the big yellow dog, and they haven't got the balls to stop it. One of the biggest proponents, of course, is Beryl, Stephen Flynn. He says, the world must be a nicer place filled with unicorn farts and not have any of that nasty oil stuff, which is ironic, because nobody knows why. We're putting it down the fact that he is just a tosser. There's no other reason for it. So he's pushing this policy. We must get rid of oil. Must end the oil and gas industry in Scotland. We've got to be seen to be vigilant, and we've got to be seen to be wonderful, and we're not going to be poisoning the world. Meanwhile, China opens another 26 coal-powered stations. It makes no difference. It makes zero difference at all. You can close down Scotland's oil industry. It makes zero difference. They're still going to buy all the oil. It's just going to come from somewhere else. And actually, because you've got to transport it, it'll be even worse for the environment. But hey, who said intelligence was part of the SNP psyche? Anyway, the hypocrisy of which I was speaking, of course, is this man who wants to totally destroy the oil industry had a really nice time at Wimbledon. He was wined and he was dined and he was living in comfort. All paid for by BP. Just goes to show what a two-faced, hypocritical wanker Beryl Flynn truly is. Here goes. So you say it's been revealed Stephen Flynn wined and dined at Wimbledon by the oil giant BP, despite the SNP's plan to shut off North Sea energy. So he's sitting there saying that he needs to close all the North Sea down, need to end the oil and gas industry because no reason whatsoever. Because I don't know what they're going to do for oil for the next 150, 200 years it takes to work out, what else they can use instead of oil. Because oil isn't just traffic and cars and moving things. There are so many uses for oil. It will still be needed for at least another 100 to 200 years. But these people are morons. This is the trouble. They just seem to think oil goes with cars. They don't understand that oil is everything. Everything. Oh, look, he's wearing clothes made of oil. What an arse. And he's in a stadium made of oil. And that grass, it's probably oil has gone into the creation of that grass in terms of herbicides and things like that. Anyway, the Nats Westminster leader enjoyed hospitality for two, worth £1,500 at the All England Club on July the 9th, with Friends of the Earth Scotland, describing the gift as deeply inappropriate. Well, yeah, but of course it is, because he can't sit there on one hand and say oil is bad, terrible, terrible stuff. Then the other hand go, very nice, more champagne, thank you, bit of caviar, lovely. You know? Anyway, Stephen Flynn enjoyed a day out at Wimbledon, courtesy of oil giant BP, despite his party's desire to shut off the energy supply from the North Sea. The SNP's policy on oil and gas has been inconsistent, but the party is committed to scrapping the industry as part of a just transition to green energy. Yes, but this is the problem with the morons that are running Scotland. Oil isn't energy. Also, since you are going to have to continue drilling oil, and this is the one, and I keep repeating it because nobody's ever answered it, what are you going to do with the petrol? You see, even if you said, right, we'll get rid of it, all cars are electric, all cars in the world are electric, you're never going to need oil for cars again. That's fine. There's still 6,000 other things that you need oil for. We're still going to be drilling oil. And when you crack oil and you fractional distillate it, you're going to end up with petrol. It's a byproduct. What are you going to do with the petrol? If only there was some way of, I don't know, perhaps burning it and making use of the energy involved. Who knows? Morons, aren't they? Anyway, the party's Holyrood agreement with the Scottish Greens puts more pressure on them to back shutting off the taps. Although the North Sea licences are reserved matters for Westminster, thankfully. None of that seemed to seemed to be on the mind of the party's Westminster leader when he headed for the All England Club on July the 9th, brandishing 2 exclusive tickets worth around £1,500, according to the MP's latest register of interests. The tickets included hospitality, which would mean prime viewing seats on Centre Court or Court 1, which means guaranteed play regardless of the weather. The service is provided by Keith Prowse, one of the UK's leading suppliers, and according to the Wimbledon website, includes award-winning cuisine by Michelin star chefs such as Marcus Waring and the Roux family, and first-class service and complimentary fine wines, sipping on your champagne, eating your caviar, courtesy of Big Oil. I wonder at the end of this, if there's a vote about Big Oil, they'll go, well, actually, I think Big Oil has a place, blah, blah, blah. And I bet you. It is not clear what match Mr. Flynn attended, but July saw the 4th round of the championships take place. In the men's singles, he could have watched Novak Djokovic overcome Herbert Hurkacz in 4 sets, or in the ladies' events, world number 1, Iga Swiatek defeated Belinda Bencic, with both matches taking place on the famous Centre Court. Well, it's a good, nice day out for him. He's enjoyed it. And why not? He works hard. It's not easy being a hypocrite. It's not easy sitting there, slating off the oil companies, telling them that you're going to close down the North Sea, and then having that barefaced effrontery to actually take the tickets, go to Wimbledon, and have a jolly nice day out, courtesy of the very company you are trying to close down. Conflict of interest much? Hypocrisy much? Two-faced wankery? Definitely. Climate campaigner Alex Lee said, while it was deeply inappropriate for politicians to be accepting lavish gifts from mega polluters, whilst they're supposed to be transitioning our energy system away from oil and gas, he added, as Europe burned from climate breakdown, it didn't. It is astonishingly poor judgment that the SNP leader thought it was a good time to enjoy the cosy hospitality of one of the main culprits at BP. Fossil fuel companies have long used their power and resources to lobby decision makers in making a bid to push their agenda of climate and denial and delay. What do BP expect in return for this generosity? Well, it's his vote, obviously. He's been bought. That's it. He's Mr. Bought now. And that's fine. I don't have a problem. I certainly don't have a problem with the oil industry. Because, you see these? Oil. See this? Oil. See these? Oil. Everything. This computer? Oil. The internet? Oil. Everything. Oil. This cup with tea in it? Oil. Oil. Not burning it for cars, not burning it for transport. Everything is made of oil. It is the most useful product on the planet. Yes, it's limited. Yes, its resources are dwindling, but not that quick. And of course, until they have the actual climate emergency, where they're actually banning private jets, then we have nothing to worry about. Also, over the next 50 years, the human population will crash massively, and that will ease a lot of the problems of the planet. And it'll take about 100 to 200 years to find a replacement for oil that can be made with renewable materials. And until then, we still need oil. So carry on. Carry on BP, carry on Shell. Don't care. Don't care. Anyway, I shall stop there and come up. No, I'm not a proponent of big oil. I think they're all wankers. I think big oil are bastards. They're awful people. However, you have to be pragmatic. And the fact is we need oil, and we're going to need oil for hundreds of years. Now, you can make every car an electric car, but it won't make a difference to our requirements for oil. And so closing down the North Sea will make no difference whatsoever. We're still going to use it. We're just going to have to import it from elsewhere. And that is a transport cost, and therefore it's actually worse for the environment. This is why you should never vote for morons. You should never let morons make decisions, because they always make the wrong decision, because they're not very bright. And boy, is Beryl not very bright. Oh well, never mind. I hope you had a very nice day out, and I hope BP are very happy that their investment pays off next time there's a vote and he votes for oil. Never mind. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see and hear on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, we're all hypocrites at heart. We can all moan about things, but ultimately, we all need oil. Bye.